And when researchers looked closely at these communities, they found something fascinating. The key was not in expensive medicines or strict workout programs or magic pills. It was much simpler. It was in the way they lived each day, gently, consistently, and intentionally. From the food they ate to the way they moved their bodies naturally, to the deep connections they kept with family and neighbors, every small habit added up over time.
Have you ever wondered why some people reach 100 years old still smiling, still walking to the market on their own, full of life and joy? Is there a real secret to growing older without growing weaker? And could it actually be as simple as what's on your plate? Today, we're about to explore some of the most powerful yet surprisingly simple food and lifestyle habits that scientists and the longest living communities around the world swear by.
And trust me, this could be the conversation that completely changes the way you think about eating, aging, and living well. Before we dive deep, if you care about your health and want more tips for living longer and stronger, don't forget to subscribe to this channel, hit the notification bell, and join a growing community of people choosing to age with energy and purpose. Together, we'll discover small steps that can lead to extraordinary results.
Now, grab a warm cup of tea, settle in, and get ready, because today you're going to find out exactly what the world's oldest doctors recommend eating every single day to stay vibrant, active, and youthful even into your hundreds. Now, let's start by asking an important question. If living to 100 is truly possible for so many around the world, why do we often believe that aging must come with weakness, illness, or loss of independence? The truth might surprise you.
It isn't just about luck. It isn't just about good genes. It's about the daily choices, the food on your plate, the steps you take each morning, the way you connect with the people around you. Recent scientific research tells us something remarkable. Only about 20 to 30% of how long we live is determined by genetics. The remaining 70 to 80%, that comes from your lifestyle, from what you eat, how you move, how you manage stress, and how you nurture your relationships.
This is incredibly empowering news, because while you can't change the genes you were born with, you can absolutely change what you do starting today. Each small, kind choice you make for your body and your spirit can build a stronger, longer, and more joyful life. And today, I'm going to show you how the world's oldest doctors and some of the most vibrant, long-living communities have done exactly that. Think about it. In many parts of the world, aging is seen as a journey filled with dignity, purpose, and vitality, not a slow decline. Take Okinawa, Japan, for example, one of the most studied regions on Earth when it comes to longevity. There it's not uncommon to see men and women well into their 90s, tending their gardens, walking to the market, laughing with friends under the bright sun. They remain independent, active, and deeply joyful. And here's a beautiful truth. You don't have to be born in a blue zone to enjoy these same benefits. You can begin to create your own version of that life, wherever you are, starting with simple, powerful changes we'll explore together today. So where do we begin? How do we gently shift our habits toward a longer, healthier, more vibrant life? One of the simplest and most powerful places to start is with what's on your plate, specifically the natural, colorful foods that nourish your body at the deepest level. Across all the blue zones, one pattern stands out clearly. Their meals are filled with plants. They eat vibrant leafy greens, hearty beans, colorful fruits, and wholesome grains. Meat is enjoyed only occasionally, often as a small side dish, not the centerpiece of every meal. Portions are modest, flavors are fresh, and meals are often shared with family or neighbors, turning eating into a joyful experience, not a rushed task. And perhaps most importantly, they practice something the Okinawans call hara-hachi, with a wise habit of eating until you are about 80% full, not stuffed. This simple, mindful approach to eating doesn't just fill their stomachs, it fills their lives with energy, balance, and well-being. And today, you'll discover how adding just a few of these powerful foods, a little at a time, can completely transform the way you feel and age. Let's begin with one of the simplest yet most powerful groups of foods that appear again and again in the diets of the world's longest living people. Leafy greens. They may not look glamorous. A handful of spinach, a bunch of kale, a bowl of mixed greens, humble, even ordinary at first glance. But inside those delicate leaves lies a powerful secret. They are nutritional powerhouses packed with essential vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants that protect your body from the inside out. Leafy greens are rich in vitamin A, supporting healthy vision and a strong immune system. They are loaded with vitamin C to boost your skin's natural repair and resilience. And they provide an abundant source of vitamin K, crucial for maintaining strong bones and healthy blood flow as we age. And that's just the beginning. Their high fiber content helps regulate blood sugar, promote digestion, and support a balanced gut, a foundation for vibrant health at any stage of life. Adding just one serving of leafy greens a day, a small salad, a handful blended into your smoothie, or lightly sautéed with olive oil and garlic, can begin to nourish your body in ways you might not even realize at first. And the beautiful part, you don't have to make it complicated. Simple, joyful meals made with fresh greens can be one of the most loving gifts you give yourself each day. If raw salads aren't quite your favorite, don't worry. There are so many gentle, delicious ways to enjoy leafy greens without ever feeling like you're forcing yourself. You can lightly sauté spinach with a drizzle of olive oil and a sprinkle of garlic for a warm, comforting side dish. You can blend a handful of kale or Swiss chard into your morning smoothie, adding vibrant nutrients without changing the flavor too much. You can even stir greens into soups, stews, and casseroles where they soften beautifully and enrich your meals with quiet strength. The key is not to treat leafy greens as an obligation, but rather as an invitation, an easy, colorful addition that brings life to your plate and lightness to your body. And remember, consistency matters far more than perfection. You don't need to eat a giant bowl of greens every single day. Even a small handful added here and there builds up over time into something powerful. It's the quiet habits repeated day after day that create the most lasting transformations. And as we move forward, you'll see that this same gentle approach applies to many of the foods that the world's healthiest elders enjoy, simple, natural, and filled with life. Now that we've seen the quiet strength hidden in leafy greens, let's turn to another ancient secret one that's been nourishing the world's longest living communities for centuries: fermented foods. You may already know some of them without realizing their deep power. A spoonful of plain yogurt, a small serving of sauerkraut, a sip of kefir, or even a bit of traditional miso soup. Fermented foods are rich in probiotics, friendly bacteria that help balance and strengthen your gut, where so much of your overall health truly begins. Inside your body lives an entire hidden world, a vast community of microbes that influence digestion, immunity, even your mood and energy levels. When this inner garden is healthy and thriving, you feel the difference. Digestion improves, inflammation lowers, your mind feels clearer, lighter. But when it's out of balance, often due to stress, poor diet, or medications, you may notice bloating, fatigue, even feelings of sadness creeping in. And here's the wonderful news. Adding even small amounts of fermented foods into your daily life can gently begin to restore that balance, nurturing not just your gut, but your whole self from the inside out. And the best part, you don't need a complicated plan to bring fermented foods into your life. In fact, some of the most powerful choices are simple and familiar. You might enjoy a small cup of plain yogurt with your breakfast, rich in probiotics, gentle on digestion, or perhaps a few tablespoons of sauerkraut added to your lunch, bringing a bright, tangy flavor alongside powerful gut support. If you prefer something warm and comforting, a bowl of miso soup, light, savory, and packed with living goodness can be a beautiful addition to your evening meal. Even a sip of kombucha, a naturally fermented tea, can offer a refreshing way to care for your body while you relax. The key again is not perfection, it's consistency. A little bit here, a little bit there. Nurturing your inner garden every single day. And as you tend to your gut health, you'll likely notice other parts of your life shifting too. More energy, a calmer mood, deeper, more restful sleep. It's a reminder that true wellness is deeply connected. Body, mind, and spirit all thriving together when we nourish ourselves with kindness. In just a moment, we'll explore another quiet hero of longevity, a group of foods that provide steady energy, strong hearts, and balanced health with every bite. Now, let's move to another essential building block for a long, vibrant life. Whole grains. These humble foods have been a quiet foundation of nourishment across centuries and cultures, providing steady energy, vital nutrients, and deep satisfaction without the heavy toll that refined foods so often bring. Whole grains like brown rice, oats, quinoa, barley, and whole wheat still contain all the parts of the original seed: the bran, the germ, and the endosperm. This means they're rich in natural fiber, essential vitamins, minerals, and powerful plant compounds that protect your body from the inside out. Unlike their refined cousins, the white bread, the white rice, the sugary cereals, whole grains offer a slow, gentle release of energy, keeping your blood sugar balanced, your digestion smooth, and your heart strong. It's not about giving up the foods you love. It's about choosing versions that are closer to their natural state, whole, complete, and generous with the nourishment they provide. And the beauty of whole grains is their versatility. From a warm bowl of oatmeal in the morning, to a hearty quinoa salad at lunch, to a side of nutty brown rice at dinner. There are endless ways to weave their quiet strength into your days. In just a moment, we'll look at some simple swaps and small habits that can make embracing whole grains easy and joyful. No diets, no strict rules, just gentle, lasting change. So how can you bring more whole grains into your daily life without stress, without overwhelm? It can be as simple as starting your morning with a warm bowl of steel-cut oats, topped with a few fresh berries and a sprinkle of nuts. Or choosing brown rice or quinoa instead of white rice a few times a week. Maybe it's trying a hearty slice of whole grain bread toasted and drizzled with a bit of olive oil instead of reaching for heavily processed white bread. Or adding a handful of barley into your favorite vegetable soup, enriching both the texture and the nourishment. The goal isn't to change everything overnight. It's to gently upgrade your choices little by little in ways that feel natural, comforting, and sustainable. Each small swap you make is a quiet investment in your future self. A body that moves with more ease, a heart that beats with greater strength, a mind that stays clearer longer. And speaking of powerful choices, there's one golden treasure that appears again and again in the diets of those who live the longest. A simple, ancient ingredient that protects your heart, sharpens your mind, and adds a rich, satisfying flavor to almost any dish. Up next, we'll explore the timeless magic of olive oil and why this humble fat might just be one of the most loving gifts you can give to your body each day. Among all the simple treasures in a long-living person's kitchen, one shines with a golden light. Olive oil. Across the sun-drenched hills of Sardinia, the rocky villages of Icaria, and the lively coastal towns of Greece, Olive oil is more than just an ingredient. It's a tradition, a daily ritual, a quiet guardian of health. But olive oil offers much more than rich flavor. It's packed with monounsaturated fats, the kind that helps lower bad cholesterol and raise the good kind, protecting your heart with every silky drop. Beyond that, olive oil is rich in polyphenols, natural plant compounds that fight inflammation and oxidative stress, two of the hidden forces behind aging, heart disease, and cognitive decline. Think of polyphenols as tiny warriors moving through your body, guarding your blood vessels, nourishing your skin, protecting your memory. And perhaps most beautifully, olive oil fits naturally into daily life. A drizzle over fresh vegetables, a spoonful blended into a simple dressing, a touch added to warm soups or gently sautéed greens. It's a habit so small, so simple, yet one that can ripple through your health in powerful, lasting ways. In just a moment, we'll look at how to choose the best olive oil and how to use it wisely to capture all its golden benefits. When it comes to choosing olive oil, a few simple tips can make all the difference. Look for extra virgin olive oil, the purest form, extracted without heat or chemicals, preserving the highest levels of antioxidants and heart-protective compounds. Notice how it's stored. The best oils come in dark glass bottles, shielding them from light, which can slowly degrade their healing power. Store your olive oil in a cool, dark place at home, away from the stove, away from the sun, to keep it fresh and potent. And when you use it, think gently. Olive oil shines brightest when it's used raw or at low to medium heat, drizzled over roasted vegetables, stirred into a grain bowl, or blended into a simple vinaigrette. While olive oil can handle light sautéing, it's best not to fry it at very high temperatures where its delicate compounds can be damaged. Even a small daily habit, a spoonful over your lunch salad, a drizzle over your evening meal, can nurture your heart, your brain, and your skin in ways you'll feel over time. And speaking of small foods, with big power, in just a moment, we'll turn to another gentle hero of longevity. Tiny, humble foods that carry massive gifts for your body. Nuts and seeds. And now let's turn our attention to some of the tiniest foods on Earth. Yet, some of the most powerful when it comes to long-term health. Nuts and seeds. At first glance, they seem so small, so simple. A handful of almonds, a few walnuts, a sprinkle of chia or flax seeds. But inside these tiny packages is a treasure chest of nutrition. Rich, concentrated, and deeply healing. Nuts and seeds are packed with healthy fats, especially omega-3s and monounsaturated fats. The same types that protect your heart, nourish your brain, and lower inflammation throughout your body. They are also abundant in plant-based protein, helping you maintain strong, healthy muscles, a gift that becomes even more precious as we grow older. And let's not forget about the fiber, a vital ally for your digestion, your blood sugar balance, and even your sense of fullness and satiety after meals. Beyond their nutrients, there's a simplicity to nuts and seeds that matches the gentle wisdom of longevity. They are easy to eat, portable, and endlessly versatile. You might toss a few walnuts into your morning oatmeal, scatter sunflower seeds over your salad, or enjoy a spoonful of almond butter with a piece of fruit in the afternoon. The key, once again, is small, steady habits. Just a small handful of nuts or 2 tablespoons of seeds per day consistently can offer remarkable support for your heart, your mind, and your energy. But there's something else that makes nuts and seeds even more special for older adults, and we'll explore that in just a moment. A simple technique that enhances not only their digestibility, but also their nutrient absorption, making these tiny foods even more powerful allies in your daily life. One simple practice can unlock even more of the power hidden inside nuts and seeds. Soaking them. Soaking almonds, walnuts, chia seeds or sunflower seeds in water for several hours or overnight helps to soften them, making them easier for your body to digest and absorb. You see, while nuts and seeds are full of goodness, they also contain natural compounds called phytates, which can sometimes interfere with mineral absorption. By soaking, you gently reduce these compounds, allowing your body to access more of the essential nutrients, the magnesium, the zinc, the calcium packed inside. It's a small act of care, a quiet preparation that makes a big difference. And once soaked, these little gems become creamier, more tender, even sweeter, perfect for blending into smoothies, stirring into yogurt, or simply enjoying as a nourishing snack. A small ritual done with love and intention that whispers to your body, "I am taking care of you." But while adding the right foods can transform your health, there's another truth we must face gently but honestly. What we leave out is just as important as what we bring in, because hidden in many modern diets are silent saboteurs, ingredients that quietly accelerate aging, inflammation, and disease without us even noticing at first. Up next, we'll talk about two of the biggest hidden dangers to healthy aging: added sugars and ultra-processed foods, and how small, mindful shifts can protect your vitality for years to come. While nourishing your body with good foods is a beautiful act of self-care, there's also great wisdom in protecting yourself, guarding your health by being mindful of what you leave off your plate. One of the quietest yet most damaging enemies of healthy aging is something that hides in plain sight: added sugars. A sprinkle of sugar in your morning coffee, a sweetened yogurt that seems healthy, even a store-bought loaf of bread that you might not expect to be sweet at all. Over time, too much added sugar doesn't just affect your waistline. It stresses your body on a deep cellular level, causing blood sugar spikes and crashes that tire your organs, weaken your immune defenses, and increase your risk for serious conditions like diabetes and heart disease. Even more silently, excess sugar can trigger a process called glycation, where sugar molecules bind to proteins in your body, creating harmful compounds that stiffen your blood vessels, damage your skin, and accelerate the aging of your brain. The impact isn't immediate. It's slow creeping, almost invisible, until one day you find yourself wondering where your energy went, why your joints ache, or why your memory feels just a little foggier. And it's not just sugar itself. Ultra-processed foods, those colorful packages lining the supermarket shelves, are often packed with refined grains, hidden sugars, unhealthy fats, preservatives, and additives that our bodies were never designed to handle. They may be convenient, they may taste good for a moment, but over time they steal something precious: your energy, your clarity, your vitality. The beautiful truth is, you don't need to be perfect. You don't need to give up every treat or fear every label. You simply need to awaken awareness. Start choosing foods that are closer to their natural state: whole, alive, vibrant more often than not. And as you gently crowd out the processed foods and sugary temptations, your body begins to remember what true nourishment feels like. In just a moment, we'll explore how returning to nature's foods, fresh, simple, and real, can gently restore your vitality. One mindful meal at a time. So how do we gently shift away from sugars and processed foods, not with guilt, not with punishment, but with kindness and care? The answer is simpler than you might think. Crowd them out with better choices. Instead of focusing on what you must give up, focus on what you can bring in. A sweet, juicy piece of fruit instead of a candy bar. A handful of almonds instead of a bag of chips. A hearty bowl of vegetable soup instead of a processed frozen meal. Every time you choose something real, something grown by nature, you send a quiet message of love to your body. You are worth caring for. And what's remarkable is how quickly your body responds. Your taste buds start to reset, craving fresher, simpler flavors. Your energy levels become steadier. your sleep deepens, your mind feels clearer. It's not about perfection. It's about momentum. Small steps, repeated day after day, create a rhythm of health that builds slowly like a soft tide lifting you higher. And speaking of rhythm, true longevity isn't built by food choices alone. It's woven into the very fabric of how you live each day, how you move, how you rest, how you connect with others. In just a moment, we'll explore how natural movement, deep sleep, and strong social ties form the hidden foundation of a long, joyful life. Because real health isn't just about adding years to your life, it's about adding life to your years. Let's begin with one of the most underestimated pillars of a long, vibrant life: natural movement. In the world's longest living communities, you won't find many people spending hours in a gym or pushing through grueling workouts. Instead, movement is simply woven into their daily lives, effortless, consistent, joyful. They walk to the market, they tend to their gardens, they sweep their porches, climb gentle hills, kneel to plant seeds, stretch toward the morning sun. Their bodies stay strong, not because of intense exercise, but because of natural rhythms, small motions repeated day after day, keeping muscles supple, joints flexible, and hearts resilient. And you can bring this wisdom into your own life wherever you are. You might take a gentle walk around your neighborhood after dinner, letting the cool air refresh your mind. You might choose the stairs instead of the elevator, offering your legs a moment of strength. You might spend a few minutes each morning stretching, waking up your body with gratitude. These simple habits don't require a membership or a schedule. They simply ask for your presence, your willingness to move through life a little more mindfully. And the beauty is movement nurtures not just your body, but your spirit. Each step, each stretch, each breath is a quiet celebration of life itself. In just a moment, we'll explore another hidden pillar of longevity, one that is often overlooked, yet essential for restoring every cell in your body: the deep healing power of restful sleep. If movement is the song of life, then sleep is its silent symphony, the deep, unseen rhythm that restores and renews us each night. In the world's healthiest, longest-living communities, people honor sleep, not as a luxury, but as a natural, essential part of life. They rise with the sun. They rest when the day grows quiet. They move with the gentle rhythms of light and darkness, not against them. And this matters more than we often realize. During sleep, your body repairs tissues, balances hormones, clears away toxins, and strengthens your immune system. Your brain processes memories, refreshes creativity, and restores emotional balance. Sleep is not passive. It's an active, vital process, like tending a garden at night when no one is watching. But life is quietly blooming. Yet in modern life, it's easy to sacrifice sleep to stay up late with screens glowing to push through. Fatigue with caffeine to treat rest as something optional. Over time, though, this neglect carries a heavy cost: higher risk of heart disease, weakened immunity, memory problems, mood disturbances, and even shorter lifespan. The beautiful truth is, healing your sleep doesn't require drastic changes. It starts with small acts of kindness, dimming the lights an hour before bed, turning off electronics, sipping a calming tea, listening to soft music, breathing deeply. Create an evening ritual that signals to your body, it's time to rest, you are safe, you are cared for. And just as with movement and nourishment, it's not about perfection. It's about rhythm, consistency, and respect for the quiet needs of your soul. In just a moment, we'll explore the final pillar of lasting vitality, a force even more powerful than food, movement, or sleep: the profound healing power of connection.
Finally, beyond the food you eat, the steps you take and the sleep you honor, there lies something even more powerful, something that breathes life into every moment. Connection.
In every long-living community, connection is not an afterthought. It's woven into daily life like the air they breathe. Family ties stay strong. Friendships are nurtured over shared meals and simple conversations. Elders are honored, not isolated. Laughter flows easily, burdens are shared, and no one carries life's weight alone. And this matters profoundly. Studies show that feeling connected to family, to friends, to community can extend your life, reduce disease risk, ease stress, and even sharpen your mind as you age. Loneliness, by contrast, can be as damaging as smoking or obesity. The good news is, connection is something you can nurture at any stage of life. A phone call to an old friend, a walk with a neighbor, a heartfelt conversation over tea, joining a group that shares your passions, offering kindness without expecting anything in return. Every small act of reaching out is a thread that weaves your life into a stronger, more beautiful fabric. Because in the end, longevity isn't just about adding years, it's about filling those years with love, purpose, and belonging. So today, as you step forward, remember, feed your body with nature's gifts. Move gently and often. Rest deeply. And most of all, stay connected to yourself, to others, and to the simple joys that make life truly worth living. If this message spoke to your heart, I invite you to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone you care about. Together we can help each other live, not just longer but fuller, richer, more joyful lives. Thank you so much for being here. Until next time, stay well, stay joyful, and keep living fully every single day.